Welcome to the first session of Unit 1 8085 Microprocessor Architecture. So first, what is microprocessor? Microprocessor is an electronic chip which acts as a central processing unit of a computer. And what can the microprocessor do? So the microprocessor can perform simple arithmetical and logical operations of a digital data. So in this class we are going to see about 8085 microprocessor. So 8085 microprocessor was launched by Intel in the year of 1976 with the help of NMOS technology. So this is a popular IC1 8-bit microprocessor. So before that, any microprocessor based system consists of three important things. The first is microprocessor, I/O devices and memory. So the microprocessor majorly consists of ALU, arithmetical logical unit, register array means temporary memory and controlling sections. And the second part is I/O devices, input output devices, keyboard, mouse, display, etc. It's called as I/O devices. And third is memory. This memory is divided into two types, ROM and RAM. Read-only memory and random access memory. And these things are connected by system bus. The system buses are again splitted into or classified into three different types. The first one is data bus, address bus and control bus. So we are going to see about 8085 microprocessor. So what are the key features of 8085 microprocessor? Important points. The first point is it is a 40-pin package. IC package consists of 40 pins and it's a 8-bit microprocessor. What is mean by 8-bit microprocessor? It's an important thing one. What is mean by 8-bit microprocessor means the 8085 can perform arithmetical and logical operations of 8-bit digital data. So it can perform the maximum data width of 8-bit only. So it's called as 8-bit microprocessor and it operated at +5 volt and 50% duty cycle. So in any microprocessor based system or microprocessor works using clock signals. Clock is important one. Without clock any microprocessor cannot perform. So 50% duty cycle clock means 50% on time and 50% off time. And it requires only LC or RC or crystal. Externally we have to connect for clock generation. So internal clock generation circuit is there in the 8085. And its maximum clock frequency of 3 MHz. The clock frequency only decides the speed of the microprocessor. 8085 microprocessor speed is 3 MHz. And it has 16-bit address bus. So what is the address bus means? Using this address bus only we can connect external memory. So 2 power 16 we can connect a maximum of 64 kilobyte memory with this 8085 microprocessor. And next one is it has 8-bit I/O addresses. So 2 power 8, 256 input output devices we can connect with the 8085. Then it has multiplexed address and data bus. So address bus and data bus are multiplexed. That is address bus and data bus are available with the same line, same hardware pins. So and then it has 5 hardware interrupts. So interrupt is a separate chapter. We can discuss it later. And it has serial I/O communication. Serial communication means bit by bit communication. Then it has ability of DMA, direct memory access. Without using this processor, any I/O devices, input and output device can communicate directly. That is called DMA, direct memory access. So these are all the key features of 8085 microprocessor. So next we are going to see about the Black DRAM architecture of 8085. So the Black DRAM architecture consists of the different parts, different functional parts. Registers, I already told, register means temporary memory. Then arithmetical and logical unit is the brain of the microprocessor. So arithmetical and logical unit only perform arithmetical and logical operations like addition, subtraction, increment, decrement and etc. and it has instruction decoder and machine cycle encoder, address buffer. Address means the address bus means how much the memory we can connect with the microprocessor. So address buffer, then address bar, data buffer, incrementer and decrementer latch, interrupt control, serial IO control, timing and control circuitry. This is the basic functional blocks in the architecture. So this is a 8085 black DRAM architecture. So the brain of the system, the brain of the 8085 system is the ALU, arithmetical and logical unit. Since it is a 8-bit microprocessor, the ALU can perform 8-bit arithmetical and logical operations. What are the arithmetical and logical operation means? Addition, subtraction, and incrementer and decrementer, and increment and decrement. Then logical operations and or XOR and not complement. Next, rotations, bit by bit rotation, rotate right, rotate left. These are all the arithmetical operation that can be done by the 8085 ALU. The ALU is connected with the accumulator and temporary registers. The ALU is connected to accumulator and temporary registers. So before going to see the entire architecture, first we are going to see about the registers. What are the registers available in the 8085? So in this register structure, we can classify it into temporary registers, special purpose register, and general purpose registers, 16-bit registers. So first, temporary register. What are the temporary register means? The first one is temporary registers. The user cannot access the temporary registers, and also W and Z. The W and Z is also temporary registers which can be accessible during the exchange operation, exchange instruction operation. Then, so the three registers are called as temporary registers, and accumulator and flags are special purpose registers. What is special purpose means? Accumulator is directly connected to ALU. So in any arithmetical and logical operations, for example, we have to add two numbers, two 8-bit numbers, 08 plus 02. So one of the data should be available in the accumulator. For any arithmetical and logical operations, one of the data should be available in the accumulator. The another data can be available with the BCDE-HL, either of the registers. So accumulator is the special purpose registers. One of the data compulsorily available in the accumulator. So it's called as special purpose registers. Then flag. Flag means after any arithmetical and logical operations, the answer, the nature of the answer is stored in the flag registers. So we can see it later. So then 6 numbers of general purpose registers, B, C, D, E, HL. So we can use the B, C, D, E, HL 6 numbers of registers separately, or BC pair, DE pair, HL pair. So when we are using as BC, DE, HL pair means we can use it as 16-bit registers. So these are 6 numbers of general purpose registers. Then there is a 2 16-bit registers. One is program counter and another is stack pointer. So program is a sequence of instructions. Actually the program is available in the memory. The memory has an address and the address bus length is 16 bits. So program counter width is 16 bit. So the address of the next instruction to be executed is stored in program counter. So program is a sequence of instruction. The address of the next instruction to be executed is stored in program counter. Then another 16-bit register is stack pointers. What is meant by stack means? Stack is a temporary memory available in the RAM. So the stack is operated as last in first out or first in last out manner. The address of the most recent stack entry is stored in stack pointer. So we have seen about temporary registers, special purpose registers, accumulator and flag, and 6 numbers of general purpose registers and 2 numbers of 16-bit registers. Then we are going to see about the, so this is a flag register. The flag register consists of 5 flags: sign, 0, auxiliary carry, parity and carry. So sign flag indicates when any arithmetical and logical operations, if the number is positive or negative. So if the number is positive means the sign flag is reset. The sign flag is reset means 0. If the answer is negative means the sign flag is set. The S is equal to 1 means the answer is negative. Then the next flag is 0 flag. So after any arithmetical and logical operations like addition, subtraction, increment and decrement, if the answer is 0 means the 0 flag is set. The 0 flag will be 0. If the answer is non-zero means the 0 flag is or will be non-zero or reset. Then the fourth bit is auxiliary carry. Before that, what is carry flag? So in any arithmetical and logical operations, if there is an overflow means either carry or borrow. If there is an in addition operation, if there is a carry or borrow means carry flag will set. Then there is a parity flag. Parity flag means after any arithmetical logical operations, the number of ones present in the answer. So there is a even parity means the flag is reset. The odd parity means the flag is set. Then the final one is auxiliary carry. If there is a bit transfer between the third bit to the fourth bit means the auxiliary carry will be set. So the flag register is used to find the to status of the answer after the arithmetical and logical operations. So till now we have seen about this register banks. Register bank consists of 8-bit register, 16-bit registers and special purpose register, flag and accumulator. ALU we already seen. Then we are going to see about instruction register and instruction decoder. So the instruction is available with opcode. So this opcode or instruction is directly accessed from memory and stored in the instruction registers. So the instruction is again sent to the instruction decoder. The instruction decoder decodes the instructions and what kind of instructions and decodes. Then the instruction decodes gives the timing and control signals which manage all the timing and control of the internal and the external activity. Then address buffer and data buffer, address buffer and data bar address buffer, which is used to connect the external buses. So buffer means which is used to make the record voltage as well as current gain and used to latch the port. So and it has 5 interrupts INTR, INTA bar, RST 5.5, 6.5, 7.5 and trap which is controlled by interrupt controller. And it has serial IO communications which is connected through SID and SOD, serial input data and serial output data. And the timing and control signal will manage all the internal as well as external controlling signals. In this X1 and X2, we are going to connect a crystal. There is an internal oscillator, so it can produce the necessary clock pulse for the operation of 8085. And it has the controlling or status and the controlling signals: clock out, reset in, reset out, hold acknowledgement, and S0 and S1, IO/M bar, and ready, read bar, write bar, ALE. So these are all the control signals. The control signals we can see it the next chapter, signals and pin nodes of 8085 microprocessor.